What's up, everyone? My name is Nicodskelly here with a brand new video. Now today we're going to talk about chapter 1044 of One Piece, Warrior of Liberation. But before we get started with today's discussion, make sure you like and subscribe and put that bell notification on so you'll be notified every time I post a new One Piece video or any other type of content. Now, I read it at about 2:30. Okay, here's the setting. Not 2:30, 1:30. I fell asleep. I stayed up all night previously. I didn't have work yesterday for me. Well, for you too, I guess. I'm posting this on the same day. So, fell asleep around 8 p.m. Woke up at 1:30, like around 1 actually. I woke up because I was excited. Then 1:30 came around. I got up. Well, yeah, around 1:30. Got on my phone. Put on my glasses. Put on my phone. Went to all the stuff. Went to go read One Piece. Oh my god. I was like sitting there for a minute. I was like, I need to get mentally prepared for this chapter because it's gonna be insane. And insane it was. It was a doozy. And Oda went ham on the art. I'm telling you. This is what this type of stuff he loves to do. Some of these panels, man, insane. I want to bring some interesting point up later that I want. Yeah. Okay. So, any further ado, so let's discuss One Piece chapter 1044, Warrior of Liberation. I have it pulled up in front of me now. Well, first let's talk about the panel art, the thing before we start the story. We have Sanji's brothers, some siblings. I want to know who the octopus lady and this little fairy. I don't know what she is, but she is tiny, and I don't want to know. I don't want to know how Big Mom and a fairy. I'm not gonna discuss it, but it looks interesting. I want to know about this octopus lady. I want to learn more about her. I digress. Let's move on. So first we have Zunisha talking to Momo. Momo is like, "What the fuck? What the hell? What do you mean, Zunisha? Our Luffy is JoyBoy. What?" And Yamato is reacting as like, "Oh, Zunisha said that, blah blah blah." Then we continue on. I like this because we haven't seen Zoro we've seen Zoro like bits and pieces, but this is when we see Sanji wake up from the pleasure hall, and it's like he just got up like once he sensed Luffy's presence or whatever, or the drum, hearing the drum, he says, "Luffy," or whatever. Then we have everyone else's reactions like Kid, Law, Old Man Hio, Marco. Everyone's saying like, "Oh, is that Straw Hat, he's breathing, yay, he's alive," whatever. Now, we get to some lore drop. This is where I went insane. I literally, setting the scene again, I was sitting, reading. I was kind of like half laying down, like, pillow on my back against the wall. Right there. This is where I sat up because I saw like, the Gorsei or the in Marie Joie. I didn't say that right. But what, Penjia, whatever. I'm like, okay, here's some lore. Let's figure this out. So I'm going to just read it here. The Holy Land Majoie. The Hall of Power. Pangaea Castle. We sacrificed one of our best agents and enraged Kaido. Are we sure our priorities are straight? This may be better than the alternative. It's imperative that we snuff out something this problematic. So no matter the era, the world government has always failed to require the Gama Gama no Mi. Even after 800 years of trying. It's almost as if the fruit itself is evading us. Well, that's not impossible. All Zoan fruits have the will of their own. Zoan! So, we spent this entire story. Hold on. Give me a sec. We spent this entire story thinking it was a paramecia. This rubber boy? No, he's a Zoan. He's an ancient Zoan. Well, my bad. Mythical Zoan. My bad. So, we spent this entire story. The first chapter. Let's see. I think it's the first chapter. Hold on. You know what? It doesn't fucking matter. We spent this entire story. Oda and Shanks lied to us. We spent over 1,000 chapters, over 100 volumes, over 1,000 episodes, thinking it was a paramecia. It was just gum. It was just rubber. Nope. Anyways, moving on. And this one carries the name of God. After all, the Gumma Gumma no Mi is really a mythical Zoan. It's the human fruit. Oh, it's not just that, people. No. It is the human fruit. Model Nika. If you don't know, one, you live on a rock. Why you here? If you don't read One Piece, why you here? If you don't understand the word Nika and implications of God, Sun God Nika, look at the thumbnail. At this point, I literally tossed my phone down, stood up, started pacing. It's like, what's the implication? What? I was like freaking out. Anyways, moving on. I was fanboying hard. By the way, side note, if you don't read One Piece or whatever, I just do these One Piece things for me because I just want to talk about it. And I think it's just, I like talking about it. So if you don't like it, that's fine. If this type of content's not for you, which is fine, you know. But I do these type of videos for me. Anyways, moving on. I just want to put that out there. Model Nika. Its user's body gains the properties of rubber. In combat, they're supposedly only limited by their imagination, putting smiles on faces far and wide. They are the embodiment of the warrior of liberation, Sun God Nika. Awakening. Wait, no. Sorry, I read that wrong. Awakening exponentially strengthens their rubbery body, and they even have more freedom. It's allegedly Sun God Nika. Luffy, Sun God Nika, aka JoyBoy. I mean, we knew. But now it's confirmed. Homeboy Luffy is a Sun God Nika, aka JoyBoy, aka the future Pirate King. But I want to hit on a note here before I start moving on. Putting smiles on faces. Oda, you cheeky little minx, you. Because this entire chapter, I was smiling. The entire time, I was laughing. I was freaking. I was smiling. Sun God Nika, putting smiles on faces wherever they go. Oda, you cheeky son of a bitch. That's why we love you, man. Literally, him becoming the Sun God put a smile on my face. The art, everything, put a smile on my face, and I really like that type of thing. If you didn't smile during this chapter, what's wrong with you? Go to therapy. Anyways, I was really like that little tidbit there. Then, after we get the revelation of Sun God Nika being Luffy, we go to Hiyori and Orochi. Why did I just think of him, I think annoying. But pretty much they're discussing, like, the past. And she's revealing, like, hey, she already revealed it. Pretty much saying, like, you're a son of a bitch. You didn't keep your promises, but my father did. He's a man's man. We all know. Odin, sir. He is the Chad Lad man, okay? He is that guy. He always wanted to smoke. He's that guy. But yeah, they're discussing how Orochi is conniving and how terrible a person he is. I know this little tidbit with Hiyori, people are gonna just move past it and say, okay, there it is. But this is very big when it comes to comparison with JoyBoy, Luffy, everything, because Odin back in the day wanted to open the gates for JoyBoy and everything like that. He humiliated himself for 5 years, suffered alone, just because he wants JoyBoy to arrive in Wano. And now that he's here, and Odin didn't die, Odin didn't embarrass himself he didn't do it for nothing. Maybe the Wano wasn't open, but his wish got fulfilled. JoyBoy's there. And that's why Oda put it in here, because they need that comparison with Odin and his whole thing, his story about JoyBoy, and comparing it to Luffy that is JoyBoy now. And I really like that. I know people are going to overview it, see it as like, oh, Orochi, blah, blah, blah. But, you know, when it comes to Hiyori, I like her character for one. But there's this really, really amazing panel of her crying and is angry, like, I am Kozuki Hiyori. It's like, it's such a good panel. And I know people are gonna overview it and undervalue it, but I really like the not comparison, but the theme of kept promises and, you know, inherited will and all that stuff. The whole then we moving on. Besides that, you know, stuff. After she says I am Kozuki Hiyori, she goes on her monologue. She says, I was always proud to carry my father's name, even when I was starving and covered in rags. You, on the other hand, never had a trace of honor. Every day you were shogun was one too many, and as each day passed, more and more lives were lost. At this point, I think she was going to kill him. I don't know, actually, no. I don't know what that was going to happen. Then, Kanjuro, how many times have you died? Seriously, die. But no, Kanjuro, his spirit or whatever, the monster thing, he is alive. Pretty much, you know, Orochi saying, burn that woman, blah, blah, blah. And Kanjuro got a mistake and said, hug me. He didn't say this, but he said, I want to hug Orochi. And kind of burned Orochi alive. Then we have this other, like, little tiny panel. She says, the will come. And she just looks so... she looks kind of like defeated in a way. Or she's kind of... No, it's not much defeat. Let me rephrase. Relieved. Like, it's done. You know? It's finally, after all these years, after 20 years, it's done. Kind of like that sigh of relief at the end of the day type of thing. Then we're moving on to the big bombastic part. That was the emotional portion of the chapter. Let's move it on. Then we have Luffy being goofy, as usual. My bad. Sun God Nika. My bad. JoyBoy. Let's see. This is my peak. Griffith. Now, I wanted to point something out. This is his hockey. This is on level of that we know of so far in the story. Shanks' level. He is literally knocking down every fodder. Why? Just he's being a god. He's on top of the roof. You know, and his Conqueror's hockey is like, boom, is knocking everyone out. And Kaido's like, hey, you guys, like, everyone's passing out. And Kaido goes, you guys, what's up? And he says, in his head, he says, what the hell is even that? That's not what he said, but you know what? You get the point. It's on the roof. Then the Conquerors, hey, what's happening? Conquerors hockey, where's it come from? Then we move down where Luffy, this guy, being a god, literally a god, grew his hand as bigger than Kaido and just grabbed him. Like, you're coming with me. Like, kind of like picking up a kid by their collar. You know, kind of like, nope, you're coming with me, boy. And everyone's reaction is like, huh? Even Kaido's like, what the hell? He says, what? Nah. And, you know, we have Law, Kid, Chopper. And, you know, they're just... Luffy's just grabbing him, carrying him up to the roof, saying, you come with me. I just feel like this entire time, Luffy's just chilling. It's like, we're just chilling, bro. Just having a good time. But it drags him, and he turns into, like, Popeye and stuff like, He just being goofy. And I'm actually watching well, I paused it for this video because I want to talk about it. Brago BDA Law in his live reaction, and he said it best. It's like we're reading a cartoon. Luffy is a cartoon character. Like, even these panels are insane. It's like this Luffy being Popeye. I like it because it's how I described when I was reading it. Because I usually do a verbal commentary when I read it by myself because I'm like that. Just like a ragdoll. He's like, oh, look. Like, Luffy's like, oh, new toy, like a kid. And it's like, kind of like, ah, it's fucking hilarious. But yeah, and then, okay. What I like about Kaido here is he says, after the whole, throwing him about and stuff like that, he says, Straw Hat, so you're still alive. I'm grateful. With this devilish smile. Then one of my, everyone's probably going to be favorite, Blast Breath. And Luffy's eyes pop out of his socket like Kaido's. Luffy falls to the ground and just picks up the ground. Like it's a feather. Like, no problem. It's kind of like, if you ever seen JoJo's Bizarre Adventures, I forget his name. It's with the Josuke and one of his crew, like, kind of like he can like grab space. It's kind of like that. Just kind of like grabbing the ground, just pulling up. It kind of reminds me of that a bit. Just pulling up and reflecting the Boro breath back at Kaido. I'm like, Luffy, you don't need to do that, homie. You don't need to be that bad. But like, he just pulled up the ground like there's nothing. And like, then we have the final scene. You look at the thumbnail, it comes from that. But colored. But yeah, he says, after Kaido gets back up from the reflected Boro Blast, he says, Luffy's on the ground just laughing, having a good old time. And I just spit everywhere. And Kaido goes, sorry about that idiot from before. I didn't want to win like that. And Luffy, just being Luffy, says, don't sweat it. Now, let's finish this. And I didn't notice this until I started watching Brago. His eyebrows, Luffy's eyebrows, that's his devil fruit markings. It's pretty cool. Then, that's the end of the chapter. Then we have some dope ass color panels here. It's fucking sick. Now some of my thoughts, because this video is going on for way too long. The discussion portion. This was just the intro. The discussion portion of this is that, I don't know. The last chapter when Luffy starts smiling, it felt like, he always smiles, but that smile felt like, hey, everything's gonna be okay. And it is. He's just making a fool out of Kaido. Just cheesing him, Easy mode, bro. He's on easy mode. But no, it just feels like he's in control now. Now, I know Kaido and I know Oda. Kaido has something in his bag he's fitting to pull out. He's about to bring that out and say, look at mine, Sorry about that. My battery died. So anyways, yeah, my battery died. But anyways, what was I talking about? Kaido, bag. Oh, yeah. I think Kaido is going to pull something out of his ass. Not probably out of his ass. Probably out of, just Kaido being Kaido. Whatever. You get my point. I think he's going to go ham. And I think he's... Now, Kaido's devil fruit is a fish. It's a fish, if you remember. But people think that the dragon form is the awakened version. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe what can you do more with the dragon? Unless there's some mythology Japan mythology that I don't know about. There's a lot I don't know about. I don't know if this is awakened or not. It seems like it is. But it feels like Kaido has something up his sleeve. He has to have something. Because at this point, Kaido, you may be a big old dragon, but you're fighting a god right now. Okay? You're fighting a god. essentially. So it's like, Kaido, what you gonna do, man? You gotta do something, or this is gonna be easy win for Luffy. Easy diff, bro. Easy diff, bro. Anyways, but I know people are gonna be talking about not just the fight itself or the beginning of the fight. Is like even like Kaido's like, what the hell is that? Like, what's going on? I don't know. Maybe Kaido will do it as like. Kaido is an interesting position here because he failed to be JoyBoy, but in this case, if he finds out like, hey, Luffy's JoyBoy now, he's Sun God Nika, what's gonna happen? Is he just? I know they're gonna continue the fight, but what's gonna happen after? Does Kaido want to defeat Luffy, and if you can defeat JoyBoy, you can become, or this is Kaido's perspective maybe, is that if I defeat JoyBoy, I can become JoyBoy. Or complete polar opposite, like they end the battle and kind of like, that whole thing, like, Kaido's gonna join the crew. Nothing like that, but kind of like a mutual type of, well, they have respect, but which respect one another, but it's kind of like that mutual understanding that you best leave Wano. Because I just kicked your ass. You're going to leave. Like, you got to leave and don't come back because this is my territory now, Kaido. But no, I don't know. It's hard to put in words. But I like Kaido's position here and what will he do. Because he doesn't know what the hell is going on. He knows some stuff about the Void Century, JoyBoy, and all that stuff. He knows not so much the Void Century, but JoyBoy. He knows a little bit about it, but not a lot. So it's one of those give and take. What else? I already talked about Hiyori and all that. I really like her stuff. And this is side note. Well, it's not really side note. It pertains to this, but Shanks, right? Shanks. It always goes back to Shanks. Shanks. He always says, "We'll meet soon." I think he Shanks is smart, okay? He probably understands what's going on. He's like, oh, well, who is the best person to give Luffy advice about this power he's awakened? Then Shanks, essentially his mentor. Or yeah, Shanks is essentially Luffy's mentor. What better person than the person that kind of gave the devil fruit to him? Who better person to talk to? And that can lead into Elbaf, because Elbaf is obviously connected to Shanks. Elbaf. We go Elbaf next. We meet Shanks. Shanks explains what the hell is going on with Luffy. Or maybe it's not even Shanks. Maybe Vegapunk comes up, because everyone talks about Vegapunk. And it said at the beginning of the story, well, when Vegapunk was introduced, that, hey, I think Otis, whatever. Vegapunk will explain what devil fruits are. Either Shanks or Vegapunk. Vegapunk might show up here with the SSG. So, I don't know. You can get there's a whole stuff when it comes to Vegapunk. But one of the two will be fine. What else? I think I'm pretty sure that's it when it comes to the chapter itself and my thoughts, well, lack thereof. But you get the gist. I'm excited. I'm happy. I'm confused. Kinda. But I think the best portions of this is probably the reactions from everyone in the chapter itself. I think that's the best portion. And also the fights. And just Luffy being Luffy. But yeah, besides the chapter, besides One Piece. Well, no, not One Piece. Why do I keep on doing that? Anyways, this week is going to be insane when it comes to One Piece content. Literally, I woke up at 1:30 or 1 whatever. I looked at my phone after I got done reading the chapter, and already like 4 or 5 videos were already released or live streams are going on when it pertains to One Piece. It's like, last 2 weeks has been insane for One Piece. Like theories, resin, mythical zoans, and all that stuff. Well, some people were right. Wrong mythical zone. Wrong mythical person, but still right with the fruit. But this week is going to be even more insane. More hectic. It's going to be nuts. Already. So that was at 1, probably 10. It's now 5:12. And if I look at my phone on YouTube and Instagram even. Not Instagram. Fuck. TikTok. It's going to be chock filled with One Piece stuff. I'm pretty sure that's it. That's all I can want to discuss right now. If I have any more thoughts, I might make a new video. Oh yeah, by the way, my schedule is kind of weird. I either will post Fridays or Saturdays, around 12-ish. Now I can edit this and post this up right after probably like 7 a.m. But who's the fuck is gonna watch at 7 a.m.? So around 12:30, what time I usually upload. So it's gonna be either Fridays or Saturdays. That's my own personal thing. But who knows? If I have any more thoughts about the chapter, more concise thoughts on the chapter, I'll let you know, and I'll post a new video about it. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe and put that bell notification on so you'll be notified every time I post a new video pertaining to One Piece or any other type of content, anime or otaku related. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. See ya.